due to the situation right now, a lot of people are staying at home, and one particular part of our life that takes a hit at this situation is fitness. One main thing that you need to focus on is to still remain fit or become fit during this situation. This will certainly help your case in terms of health. So in order to be healthy, you will be watching the short video with the guest, with an expert who will be teaching us how to be fit. Hello guys, welcome to Rich Living Master YouTube channel, where we create content to help you optimize three areas of your life: health, wealth and relationships. This is Abhishek, founder and CEO of Rich Living Mastery. So today I have a guest whose program I attended about 1.5 years back, and I'm very excited to welcome him on the show. He is Mr. Vishwajit Matkar. He is certified life coach, clinical hypnotherapist, corporate wellness coach, and fitness consultant. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much, Abhishek, and it's my honor to be on the show. And I've been watching your videos; they are very inspiring. So you've been doing awesome work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So, what people should know is he teaches people about fitness. One of his core areas is fitness.
Yeah,
Your
absolutely.
main focus is on fitness. So can you share with our viewers at this time of quarantine? There's a lot of panic, there's a lot of stress, and one sect or one category of people who are very stressed are the people who can't go to gym, who can't work out. I think they're the ones who are most panicked. So if you could give some tips that people could follow to get fit by staying at home, what would those tips be?
Absolutely, Abhishek. And let me share with you, I am one of them who is affected big time because I am someone who cannot stay without exercising. And for me to go on days without working out is has been a challenge. So
Right.
I will share what I have been doing myself. And at the same time, as you mentioned, there are people who work out in the gym, and they have not gotten an opportunity to now go to the gyms because gyms are closed.
Right.
At the same time, there is a section of people who do not exercise. However, they are also completely, quarantined, and they are living a more sedentary life now.
True.
So, what can we do? What can we all do in order to keep ourselves fit? And also, under the current scenario, more than keeping ourselves fit, how can we keep our immunity levels high? Because exercise is what also keeps your immunity levels at the top.
Absolutely.
That's one of the most important and major factors which helps us to keep the immunity high. So yes, what we can do here is first of all, what's the first thing that happens when people are put up at home? What do you think? What do you think people do, when they are put up at home, and especially under the current scenario?
Right.
What's the easiest thing that one would be doing?
Well, binge eating, binge
Yeah.
watching TV shows, sitting at one place. Now
Yes.
they're put in a place where they don't have to go out. They're not forced because they have to
Yeah.
stay at home. So for a lot of
Yeah.
people, I think they're living the lazy lifestyle.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's become a couch lifestyle because most of the time people would be either watching television or watching TV shows or
Right.
sitting in front of their laptops or mobile phones and looking at the videos and you know WhatsApp posts that are coming about
Right.
the coronavirus. And one thing that happens is the first part that or area that will get affected is the mental and the emotional area, because you are completely uh, your mind is constantly thinking about what's wrong, what's going on, and you know how many people are dying or how many people are getting affected, and it's going on growing at a very large pace. So when you start moving your body, when you start exercising, the exercise or physical activity releases endorphins in your body, and these are these are called the feel good hormones.
Mhm.
Because when you start exercising, as you also must have noticed, that the moment you start exercising, you start feeling good no matter how bogged down you are, no matter how, irritated you are, you just go
True.
out for a walk or a jog or just do a sprint and you start feeling good. So this is what exercise does to you. Uh, what I would recommend to do is get going, become active, because now you are inside your house, you are in an enclosed place, and there will be limitations to your movement. So how can you incorporate moving or activity in your day-to-day life?
Right.
For example, if I'm just sitting watching television and you have commercials right after every 10
Yeah.
minutes or 15 minutes. So how about, every time a commercial comes up, just get up from your seat and start moving your body, or just do about 5 or 10 squats and just sit down again. And the next commercial comes, you can do a few jumping jacks, or you can just punch in the air. And that way, you wouldn't even realize that within about half an hour or 45 minutes of watching a television serial or an hour of watching a movie, you would have ended up doing a complete workout.
Right.
Yeah. So this is like, you wouldn't even know that you're exercising, and yet still you're moving your body, you're keeping yourself fit.
True.
Uh, second point would be stretch, because flexibility is one thing that gets affected the moment you start living a sedentary life, or you start, staying in an enclosed place, because you have limitations to move. You are sitting down at one place for a long time, or you're, either sitting with your laptop or with your mobile phone in this particular position where ergonomically, it starts affecting your body.
Right.
So stretching and working on your flexibility is very, very critical. Just moving your joint, just moving your neck, stretching your arms. If you've seen babies, what they do is they just keep stretching all the time. The moment a baby gets up,
Yeah.
you've seen a very small baby. The baby is wrapped uh, in a sheet or a bed sheet, a cloth kind of a thing. The moment the mother opens it, the baby will stretch.
Yeah.
It's a natural tendency, and we all have that naturally. So how about, getting back to that? Just stretch out, work on your flexibility. Uh, then also your breathing, because now notice, the moment you sit down for a long time, the moment you are sitting without doing any activity, or the moment, you are in a state where there's a lot of anxiety around you, the breathing will start becoming more and more shallow.
Right.
So how about focusing on your breath, taking a few deep breaths? That way, you will energize yourself. So breathing is an excellent way to energize yourself. And do a few rapid breaths, and you're like full of energy within a few minutes. So focusing on your breath, focusing on your breathing is very, very crucial. And this is something which can be incorporated.
True.
Third, yeah, yeah,
Just a
sorry.
minute before that. So,
Yes.
do you have any specific breathing exercises that you could suggest to people? Because, as you know, you would already know that breathing is very important and it's something that a lot of people get wrong.
Yeah,
So, is there
yeah.
any
That's
specific things that they could do? Very specific things.
That's true. There are quite a few breathing exercises. In fact, there is an entire sequence that can be performed, and which can be performed in just about 4 or 5 minutes.
Right.
However, I would rather like to take that in a completely separate video, where we
Okay.
can actually show a complete sequence of breathing which people can do. However, at this moment, at right now, if I can show you something, is just, sitting down at one place, keeping your back straight, taking a deep breath through your nostrils, and then exhaling. And doing this a few times, just concentrating on inhaling through your nostrils, exhaling through your mouth. Now, what is happening is, from shallow breathing, you're going and focusing into deep breathing.
Hmm.
Your body is getting more oxygen. You're becoming more alert. You're becoming more agile. The energy levels will increase. So
Right.
this is a very simple technique which anyone and everyone can do, irrespective of their medical condition. I There is another breathing technique also, which is called as a rapid breathing. But
Hmm.
right now, I would not recommend that to everybody because that is not a very generic format which can be
Huh.
applied, because people with high blood pressure or people having respiratory problems should be avoiding that. So
Right.
that is something which I right now will not be showing. But the most
Okay.
basic thing is just concentrate on taking a deep breath. And generally, when we breathe, when your breathing is shallow, what is happening is you will see your chest moving up and down.
True. Yes.
Yeah, shallow breathing is where the chest moves up and down. So how do you know that your breathing is going deep? So you can just keep your one hand on, slightly below your sternum on the upper abdominal area,
Right.
and you can keep one hand on your chest and just start breathing. And as you focus on breathing that way, you will notice whether the hand which is on your abdominal area is moving, or the one which is on your chest is moving. And you can alter the way you're breathing by becoming aware of this. And once you practice this over and over again, you will master it. And that is how you will know that your breathing has started moving from shallow to deep breathing, which is more relaxed in times of anxiety, in times of stress. It is one of the best ways of breathing that one can apply. So, yeah, breathing, this is what I would suggest for focusing on your breathing during these times right now.
Right. So stick to the basics.
Stick to the basics. Don't see, right now we are in such a scenario, in such a situation that there are a lot of things happening around. So
Right.
let's not get into some more complicated things. Let's stick to basics. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy. Let's be with family, and let's do activities or keep ourselves active where we can involve our family members as well. So coming back to the fitness part, as I had shared, you can just in between the commercials, wherever you have a commercial, you get up, you do some kind of activity,
Right.
you do push-ups, you do squats, you can do lunges, you can do just torso twisting. For people who cannot do squats or push-ups, they can just sit on the chair, move their legs up and down, leg extensions, so that will keep the joints in action. For people who have kids around at home, you can just move around with kids, just play around with them. If the kids are a little bigger, just play a game where you're just pushing the child, you're asking the kid to move, push yourself. It's like wrestling, and you're just keeping yourself fit and active. If you have So when we talk of fitness, we also need to focus on various aspects of fitness, because fitness is not just about building muscles or exercising. It's a lot about how you can focus on your cardiovascular fitness. That's the
Right.
your lung capacity,
Hmm.
how soon your heart recovers, your muscular strength and endurance, and your flexibility. So we have spoken about flexibility, we have spoken about muscular strength and endurance.
Right.
For cardiovascular fitness, what do you do? Now, we are confined to our homes right now, but at the same time, there are many places which are open. There are many places which are not frequented by too many people.
Hmm.
Like, for example, I have a huge compound in my society, and there are not many people who come around for a walk. So, what I do is I choose a particular time when there are not many people around. I just focus on, doing a 40-minute or 45-minute or 35-minute walk, which is a focused walk. I put on
Hmm.
some music, walking music, and I just do some power walking. So that keeps my heart heart rate high, and that way I keep working on my cardiovascular fitness. So that is
Right.
something which can be done. So
By power
it's
walking, you mean like it's like fast-paced walking, right?
power. Absolutely, power walking is fast-paced walking where your heart rate is elevated to a certain level and it stays
Hmm.
elevated at that level.
Right.
Usually, when you see people walking, a lot of times I have people who come up to me and say that, I walk for 2 hours every day. And I just ask them, are you able to talk clearly when you're walking? They're like, yeah, we
Right.
walk with friends. I said, well, then it's not exercise.
Right.
It's just socializing. You're not really
Uh,
walking. It's not really doing anything to you.
right.
So, is your heart rate high? Are you finding some kind of challenge talk, talking? If yes, then that's where your heart rate should be. That's how
Got it.
ideal should be when you're walking. So that's something which can be done. And currently, right now, you can walk outside, you can go to places outside, but just make sure that there are not people, not too many people around, or
Huh.
even if there are people around, they are not in close proximity. So that way you can keep yourself safe. Yeah. So that is something which can be done. It's like
Mm.
unless you have chosen to completely quarantine yourself, and which is also fine. There is nothing
Mm.
right or wrong in this. As long as you're staying safe, as long as you're focusing on the safety of you and your family and the people around in the society, it's all good. So
Absolutely,
yeah, this
absolutely.
is how you take care of fitness.
Thank you so much for those tips, sir. They're very basic, yet they're very, very effective. So, people who are watching this, give it a try. Pick one, at least pick one, and give it a shot. You will begin to see improvements. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much for being on the show, sir.